Hi there, thanks for joining us for Together. I'm Karen Leigh. Well, it's the end of the week, the perfect time to sit back, relax, and soak in some of the good that's going on all around us. And there is plenty of it. Coloradans love to help each other out in big and small ways. So for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share some of the lovely people doing kind things in your community, like in our schools. Over at Cherry Creek High School, students recently raised thousands of dollars for Bags of Fun. It's an organization that brings backpacks full of toys and all kinds of good things to kids in the hospital. It's something these young people are proud to rally behind.
Go! I have worked with Bags of Fun my whole life.
It's a cause that Ryan Zerker is proud to be a part of.
It was just kind of running through our family, and I felt that I had a duty to give back to it as well.
He's one of the Cherry Creek High School students raising money and awareness for Bags of Fun.
There's games, there's puzzles.
This nonprofit started thanks to an incredible little girl. How these students are making sure her memories live on. That's coming up on Together. Well, there is an athlete in Lakewood that is considered one of the most promising in the country. She's a runner who is winning race after race, and she's doing it with a prosthetic leg. Jeff Todd introduces us to this young woman leading the way for others.
I started track as a joke, kind of, because I had a friend who kind of got frustrated with how many sports I did.
It may have started as a joke, but Beatrice Hatz is no laughing matter.
These are my 2 golds and my silver.
Despite her success, Beatrice still has to fight prejudice.
The kid in the lane next to me will kind of like make a face like, oh, it's the kid with 1 leg, like I don't gotta worry about her.
How she's proving her naysayers wrong. That's later on Together.
You're going to love her. A Colorado State trooper had his leg shattered during a 70-mile police chase with a suspect. It's incredible that he survived, but he takes nothing for granted. Today, he is fighting for those who aren't here with us. Joe Hillen shows us how he is remembering the fallen.
Trooper Bellaman He is suiting up for a big ride.
I had a friend of mine who rode with me last year, inspire me to ride with him in last year's Police Unity Tour.
The tour is a long-distance bike ride from New Jersey to Washington, D.C.
Ride and be inspired by those officers that we lost.
Last year, he rode in honor of Trooper Jamie Jurcevics, who he'll honor this time around. That's next on Together.
We're going to have more on those stories coming up in just a moment. First, though, I want to tell you about that little girl who left this world too soon. Gabby Krause was diagnosed with brain cancer back in 2003. She was a happy and playful child who loved life with a big smile on her face. But sadly, Gabby died at age 6. She passed after a 19-month battle with the disease, but her spirit and spunk lives on through Bags of Fun. Editor Tyler Smith shows us how her sweet, giving nature touches thousands of kids today.
Gabby was diagnosed with a brain tumor on the day before her 5th birthday, and we had a bag in our front closet that we took with us when we went to the mountains, when we went to different things. And I asked my mom to bring it to the hospital. She bought a bigger bag, and it had more toys in it. And Gabby started calling that her bag of fun. About halfway through her treatment, she asked me one day why the other kids didn't have their own bags of fun. And she said, Mom, I think the other kids need bags of fun.
Where we're helping children who just need a smile.
2, 1, go!
A group of people who don't even know this child are caring so much to be able to personalize a bag and put amazing toys and activities in it.
And just lots of fun stuff that can bring joy to kids stay in the hospital.
I think the seniors won again.
We're hoping to reach our goal of $20,000 this year.
Our final push to reach our goal. Take out your change and get ready for Dash for Cash. Ready, set, go.
What these kids at Cherry Creek have done is really, it's incredible the way they've done it. It was very grassroots. Originally they came in, they just wanted to volunteer. They wanted to help with Bags of Fun. This is the 4th year they've been committed to Bags of Fun, to helping raise money, to helping raise awareness.
Run by students, for students, is truly incredible. Never in a million years, 15 years ago, would I imagine a gym full of teenagers raising money because of Gabby's wish. So thank you all so much. All right, can I get a drum roll, please?
In this day and age of lots of things being kind of messy in our world, watching these young kids get back to the community.
This week we have raised $25,000.
Not only a blessing for Bags of Fun, but I think just an amazing thing to see in our community in general.
$25,000, just incredible. Well, usually we have a reporter sit in with us and share a little more insight into the people that we highlight here, but today we wanted Gabby's mom to join us, Tammy Krause. Tammy, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
And thanks for sharing that story.
That was just incredible, isn't it, to see all those young people. And you were telling me a few minutes ago, they do that on their own. They raise all that money.
Cherry Creek High School Student Senate, the group at Cherry Creek High School has been unbelievable. These kids are driven. They plan the events. They do the events. They go to the neighboring places around and ask for support for their events. So it really is, it's incredible to see, and really, really heartwarming. When they started it, Gabby would have been in high school, so when they started doing this for us, so it's very, very touching that they continue to kind of honor her legacy and be a part of it. And those kids come into our office, they put bags together, they help us address thank you letters. They have done, I mean, everything that's all the backside of what it takes to run a nonprofit. They're really understanding it, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, so beautiful. How does it make you feel? I know in the story you were talking about Gabby, and that it was actually her idea, the Bags of Fun, because she had her own when she was in the hospital.
It was 100% her idea. So the bag that you see in the picture there was her bag. She was not really a big TV watcher, didn't play video games. My background was special education, so I was trying to make sure she knew her numbers and could read and do all of those things, so we tried to make it fun. And she used it, and she asked me why the other kids didn't have one.
Oh. How does it make you feel, knowing all these years later, she would have been in high school, to see her live on like this and to see all the good that's taken place without her being here? How do you feel about all of that?
It's incredible, and it's incredible what the Colorado community has done and beyond in supporting what we've done. You know, from our very first fundraiser that was at Park Meadows Mall at Lord and Taylor, which does now no longer exist, and to all the people that have supported it, it's unbelievable. And I use the phrase that it's not really about Gabby, but it was because of her.
Yeah. And you guys have expanded.
We have, yes. It's very exciting. We've Kansas City, Indianapolis. We've got bags going to Florida and Alaska now, and a few to Houston, so we're working on it.
Yeah, all the states before long. Well, thank you so much, Tammy. I appreciate you coming in and sharing.
Karen, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, there was another organization coming together for kids fighting cancer. It's called Youth and Pet Survivors. Pairs them up with cats and dogs for a one-of-a-kind pen pal program. Really neat. One little girl who's been struggling with a brain tumor just loves writing to her dog friend.
And they not only had fallen in love with each other through the letters, but then when they met in person, it was all over. And this little girl said, "This is my best doggy friend forever."
Oh, love that. The dog has since passed away, but the girl has formed a lasting bond with the owner's family. Youth and Pet Survivors have matched more than 150 kids with animal pen pals. Great idea. Well, I've seen what this young lady can do, and you're about to be amazed. She's a high schooler, but already a gold medalist. Beatrice Hatz runs track in D'Evelyn High School, and she's already met the standard to make the national team. As Jeff Todd and Jeremiah Belisle show us, Beatrice is just as amazing off the track.
Beatrice is up.
I'm always nervous. I'm like just sweating and like just shaking, and it's just ridiculous. I'm just too nervous.
Beatrice Hatz hasn't let her nerves stop her from success. She's become a formidable force on the track. The U.S. Paralympic team named her the 2018 Female Track Athlete of the Year.
These are my 2 golds and my silver from Switzerland. Those were the Junior World Championships.
She's had 11 surgeries on her lower right leg. She was born with fibular hemimelia.
You have the front shin bone and then the back one, and the back one is a lot thinner, and so that's the one that I'm missing.
Growing up, sports were always part of her life. Skiing, playing basketball and softball. She started track on a whim, but Paralympic coaches quickly noticed her fast times and long jump.
I really don't like pity, and I've seen people who know, "Oh, I feel so bad for you." Don't feel bad for me. I could do everything you can do.
She competes against able-bodied runners most of the year. It's part of the way her parents have kept her grounded.
We always told her that your effort in proving yourself will be the ultimate win.
She's intense and humble, always competing for the people who have helped her succeed.
These are all the signatures of the important people in my life. A lot of the blue ones are my teammates, and the golden pink ones are like my family.
Her blade has started to get recognized at meets, and it's starting to draw a crowd.
These little girls came up to her and started talking about her leg and how cool her leg was.
I thought the kids were really cute, and I was like, it was pretty nice to know that they look up to me.
She's only 18 and has dreams of the Paralympics in 2020, but she's finding out her running and talent is inspiring others.
We don't need pity. We are real athletes. Don't look at us in a different light. We should be seen as equal.
I told you would love her. We'll call it a salute to service. Friends and family gather to celebrate a 100-year-old veteran. We're going to share his secret to a long life coming up.
Together with Karen Leigh, sponsored by Canvas Credit Union. We're Canvas, and we've got you covered, Colorado. Go live.
Well, a birthday is always cause for celebration, especially when you're turning 100 years old. Lyle Jackson celebrated hitting the century mark at the Elks Lodge in North Glen. The community came out in full force to extend all their good wishes. Lyle is an author. He loves writing about his time in the Air Force. He has actually already written 3 books. Lyle has this advice for how to live a long and happy life.
Be honest, be straight, and have determination. A lot of determination. Be whatever you do, make it better than the other guy.
That's the truth, isn't it? Great advice. Thanks so much, Lyle. As part of the celebration, the Denver Army Recruiting Battalion sent some soldiers in uniform to show appreciation for all of his years of service. All right, Lauren Whitney joins us now. We always appreciate you sending in some of your photos of what you're doing out and about. And you don't even have to be outdoors. Just send us some when you're enjoying yourselves doing something fun, because I know a lot of people take some pretty funny pictures out there.
Yes, and indoors lately because it's been so cold. So if you're just sitting around the fire or roasting some marshmallows, send them our way. That was such a cool picture of Lyle and his cake from his younger days.
Isn't that beautiful?
It was beautiful. He does not look 100 years old. Let's take a look outside right now. This is from Alyssa. This is on the Highlands Ranch Trail Run. She is smiling despite the cold weather and the snow. Look at how much snow she just ran through.
It. I know, and the beautiful blue sky. That's awesome.
Yeah, so good job to you. Better than me. And this is so cute. This is Ava Sofer, and this is from the Sequest in Littleton. They're getting into it there. I love it. This is so cute. Great picture. See, again, indoor fun. Right. Get out of the snow. Send us in your great picture. So this is a super funny one from their family. And this is from Stephanie. This is from the Hotel Colorado in Glenwood Springs. Just a beautiful part of our state and a historic hotel. Such a beautiful area. Glenwood Springs obviously has the hot springs that you can enjoy any time of the year, and just a great view of every part of Colorado. We love to see you across the state too. You don't have to be right here in Denver. Show us your Colorado and what you're doing out and about. There's so many wonderful pockets of Colorado.
And we know everybody's snapping photos all the time, so we want to make sure you send them to us.
Yeah, everyone's selfieing, so just send them to us.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, volunteering is an easy way to come together for others, and if you ask most people who volunteer, they're going to tell you that they are actually the ones who get the most out of it. We're going to introduce you to a Denver police volunteer who is ready for a career change after spending some time with the force. Coming up on this week's Together for Colorado calendar, the city of Loveland needs volunteers for its open lands and trails. Tuesday, learn what it takes by attending a volunteer open house. Saturday, join Lauren Whitney for Girls in Science. The event at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science is the perfect opportunity to introduce kids to careers in STEM fields. Sunday, visit the largest train show west of the Mississippi. Check out the Rocky Mountain Train Show at the Denver Mart. For more information on these events, just head to the Together for Colorado section of CBSDenver.com. Well, the Denver Police Department would not be the same without the work of its volunteers. Dozens of regular people take time out of their busy lives to donate hundreds of hours to the force, and that includes Chad Shoup. He was honored as Rookie of the Year at a special ceremony earlier this month. He's only been volunteering for 1 year. He has already donated 267 hours to the force.
I volunteer my hours out at the police academy doing recruit training scenarios and also training scenarios with existing officers.
I'm very appreciative of what he gives us, and the help he gives these officers, he'll never realize.
Chad loves to volunteer so much, he is now considering becoming a police officer himself. Well, a Colorado State trooper injured on the job is now coming together to support fallen officers. It was in 2014 that Bellman He was nearly killed while trying to stop a driver in a stolen vehicle. It's been a long recovery, but Trooper He is determined to continue to serve others. Every year, he rides his bicycle to remember those who have died in the line of duty. And as Joe Hillen and photojournalist Robert Sanchez show us, he's asking you for your help.
On March 12, 2014, a 75-mile police chase that started that morning in Longmont had made its way to Parker. In an effort to stop the car, Trooper Bellman He threw down stop sticks on E470 near Chambers. He tried to jump out of the way, but was clipped by Ryan Stone.
Be my 5th anniversary alive day. It's like a new birthday, you know, a rebirth.
Stone was sentenced to 160 years in prison. Trooper He, whose leg was shattered by Stone, was left with permanent damage.
I think about the impact that it caused, not upon just me, but my family members in the State Patrol.
Part of his recovery was to get his cardio up and stay active. But because of his leg injury, he couldn't run. So he jumped on a bike. For the second year, he will be making the ride from Newark, New Jersey to Washington, D.C. to the Fallen Officers Memorial in May.
In order to honor those that died before us in law enforcement and to continue to keep their names up there, to keep their names in our hearts and our minds.
This year, he'll ride in honor of fallen El Paso County Sheriff's Deputy Micah Flick.
When Micah died trying to stop an auto theft situation, it really put into my heart that I wanted to ride for him.
And at the same time, send a message to all families who have had someone die in the line of duty.
The loss of their loved ones was not in vain, that it was to help serve and protect their communities.
Well, if you would like to help Trooper He on his ride, we've posted a link to his fundraiser on our website, cbsdenver.com. Well, one man received a serious diagnosis, but instead of thinking of himself, it got him thinking of others. How he's now coming together to support law enforcement all across the country, and it includes officers right here in Colorado. Well, some of our best Together for Colorado stories are from strangers who decide to help people that they've never even met. Take Gary Vazelka, for example. The Wisconsin man made this metal sign in appreciation of Colorado State Patrol. Although he doesn't know the troopers, he wanted to give back. Gary is battling terminal cancer, has been making these signs for law enforcement all over the country as a way to say thank you. And thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Together. We'll be back again here next week with a whole new set of stories that are sure to make you smile. Until then, I want you to take you to a special concert by members of the Colorado Symphony. Kathy Peterson came up with tunes for tatas as a way to raise awareness for breast cancer. She herself is a survivor. I hope you enjoy.